Dana, we have been really, really lucky with the long stretches of sunshine that we've had. And so a little interruption of rain this morning didn't feel so bad.
Exactly. And before we kind of talked about how it's good for the garden, it kind of breaks up the sunshine a little bit. But this weekend, we'll kind of get the best of both worlds. We'll have Saturday where it's going to be a little bit more rainy, but then we rebound really nicely on Sunday. I'm excited to go to the beach. But yeah, we've really been cruising the entire week. And today we had a little bit of an exception with the rain earlier this morning, but still a really nice afternoon. High temperatures today. If you were along the coastline, it was a little bit cooler because of a sea breeze that kicked up in the afternoon. So temperatures there in the low to mid 70s, but areas inland, a lot of us once again getting into the 80s. Now the difference in today in comparison to earlier this week is that it is more humid out there. We've been very comfortable throughout much of the week, but today dew points getting into the mid to upper 60s. So it's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable out there, and the humidity is going to stick around for the rest of the week and as we get into the weekend too. Visible satellite imagery, we've really started to clear out this afternoon. We had some more cloud cover earlier with those showers that went through with the cold front last night, but especially areas in northern and western Maine, we've started to see things really begin to clear out, and it ended up being a really nice afternoon out there. Now there is a slight chance of some showers a little bit later this evening, and I wanted to mention that specifically because of the firework forecast, but overall I think most of us are going to remain dry. I just did want to mention it because it is a non-zero chance. But later tonight, we'll have a little bit of cloud cover begin to build in. So right around firework time, maybe a sprinkle or two, kind of a mix of sun and clouds out there. And then Friday morning, it'll be a little bit cloudier. Now this model does have some showers around. I think we could see a few, but I do think it is overdoing it a little bit. However, once we get later in the afternoon, it's still going to be pretty hot and pretty humid. So once we get some sunshine in the afternoon, we'll start to see some showers and thunderstorms pop up, especially away from the coast. And then Saturday is where our pattern starts to change a little bit. So we're going to introduce another system. So Saturday morning, we're going to see some more cloud cover. It's going to be humid, but a little bit cooler. We'll start to see some showers move into areas of northern Maine, and then it's going to be basically on and off showers and storms throughout the afternoon. Some of these could be heavy at times, especially this system right here, right around the Lewiston, Augusta areas at around noon. And then we could see some breakout sunshine, especially areas of western Maine later in the day. But then with that, we also could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So a little bit more rain to talk about Saturday. However, we rebound really nicely as you get into Sunday. Could be hot in some spots, possibly getting into the upper 80s and some 90s. Plenty of sunshine in the afternoon. Best beach day, in my opinion. Now, I talked about earlier how earlier this week we didn't really see much humidity at all. However, that started to change today, and it's going to remain that way as we get into the rest of the week. We're going to hover right around the humid category of the dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s, so it is going to be a bit more uncomfortable in comparison to earlier in the week. It's also going to be a little bit warmer, especially as we get into the second half of the weekend. So tomorrow, a little bit cooler towards the coastline because of that sea breeze kicking up. Saturday, a little bit cooler because of the rain that's moving through. However, once we get the sun back on Sunday, temperatures getting into the mid to upper 80s and some 90s possible out there as well. Marine forecast sees 2 to 3 feet, water 58 degrees. If you are going to the beach, just keep in mind that ocean water is still very cold. So as we get into the day tomorrow, we do have that chance of some showers and thunderstorms later in the day. The most rain of this week is going to be on Saturday, on and off showers and thunderstorms throughout the entire day. We rebound really, really nicely on Sunday, upper 80s to lower 90s in temperature. So Chris, I think things are looking really good as we get into the weekend. I'll definitely be on the beach on Sunday. And if you took some time off next week too, things are looking good.
Awesome. All right. Great news, Dana. Thanks so much.